maybe a 14. You all are going to accompany me on my first time working on my mini truck. Now, hopefully, just because it's a smaller truck, it does not make it more difficult to work on. We are going to put that to the test. So first off, let me tell you what's going wrong. After it sits for a few days, it starts to leak some coolant. Unfortunately, I think it might be the water pump, but we need to take this thing apart to determine that. So to do that, well, I'm gonna take my tools up there. So as you can see, I've got a spot on the ground. That's water, well, coolant. So we're gonna take the tire off. We're gonna try to get behind the engine cover to get to the water pump. To do that, I'm gonna put it in gear to make sure it doesn't roll away. Oh no. Well, I will say that will make it easier to maneuver around, but let me show you with the GoPro where the issue lies. From the looks of it, the engine is mounted. It looks like the flywheel faces the driver's side, which, don't be confused, this is a right-hand drive car, so I believe if I take this off, a timing cover will appear. So let's see if we can't prove that point. Let's see here. And then, so it looks like 3 little snaps. Maybe if I just got down here and took a look at things. Oh, there it goes. There's another one at the top, of course. Wow, that was incredibly easy. Well, so there's our crankshaft right down here. Alternator. Well, that's not good because we have to get behind here. This is all just, a lot of this is exploratory. So you can see some coolant right there. We are going to, we'll see if we can't take this off without taking the rest of the engine off. Oh, there's one. Hopefully this isn't that hot. And there's 2. Now let's move up here. There's 1 back here. 3. Guys, I'm not looking forward to this because it looks like, oh no. Oh no, that's not good. It looks like I cannot get this cover off without first taking this off, and that scares me because, well, we'd have to take this off, and, well, this is under the bed. Looks like we may be SOL on if this will be a quick fix or not. I guess we button it up for now. We need to find out how to fill this thing with coolant, just so I make sure it doesn't run out. It's only lost like 2 puddles of that size, so it's hardly even leaking. Well, we at least know where it's leaking from. Don't you just love working on cars, no matter what the size is? My hand is just caked in grime, and I don't have any blue towels. That was wildly unsuccessful. I guess we did learn a tiny bit about... We didn't learn anything. Let's not ourselves and our self-confidence. But we need to find out where the coolant goes in. I think that's a good mission to accomplish. We also need to find a spot to put this garbage. Right, so let's take you off. 15? Nope. Maybe a 14. How does one grab this without tearing off his fingernails? There we go. Spark plug, wires, distributor, throttle body, manifold. There's the alternator. I guess here's our shifter. High pressure, AC. And to be frank with you, I don't know where the coolant reservoir is. It's not up here. I see a radiator of sorts right here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're a bit low on coolant, apparently. However, this is just the overflow tank. I don't know where the actual coolant tank sits. I am nothing short of confused. I may have to cave and Google this. You all are not going to believe what's going on here. But there's like a radiator of sorts right here. Don't know what it's for. This is the overflow for the coolant. That's a fact. The radiator, true radiator, sits up here at the front. Who would have guessed? I don't know why I didn't just assume it was at the front like every other motor vehicle in history. And so you can drain, if I'm not wrong, you've got to drain the radiator from the front. But the point is, I caved and I watched YouTube. But I found out where you have to fill the coolant from. It is in here. It is on the passenger side. Under here. This is where you fill the radiator at. So you just take that off, I guess, and there it is. That's how you fill the coolant on this car. That's my arm at parallel to the ground, so I don't know how I'm gonna fill coolant. I could have a hose, I guess. A hose and a funnel. But I am not gonna be taking this when I see how low the coolant actually is. Go to O'Reilly's and get that stuff. Hopefully they're still light out to film when I get back. Turns out these cars can have any oil ever. They have the coolant, and if you didn't know, oil is about $12 a quart nowadays. For some stuff, here's one that's $8, but crazy pricey from what it used to be. It's MW40, $6.50. That's a steal. So I've already taken off the cap. This has a nice, I found a funnel with a nice flexi bit to it. There we go. Alright, so now we just need to go get our coolant and let her eat. Let me go get the coolant. I really hope this works. I will admit, this is a little annoying. You'll see the coolant that I spilled trying to use that fancy new funnel. The coolant reservoir is, well, the top of the radiator fill is closed off. I added a quart of oil. It is now registering on the dipstick, which is that silver bit right there, which is really handy because you can check it without removing the wheel. I'm going to start this thing and let it warm up and let the coolant flow where it needs to be, and if that's into the overflow tank, that's the end goal, because that lets us know that, hey, it's full on coolant. I'll say the engine already sounds happier with that extra bit of oil in it, so we're going to let it warm up. I'm going to get the windshield mount taken care of. So we've got this mounted to the dash, and we're going to see how good that works, and we're actually going to go get another quart of oil while we're out and about. We're going to see if we can't get some overflow coolant into that reservoir. You can just hear reverse, can't you? I'm seeing that it's already like up to temp, and I didn't see any coolant in that reservoir quite yet. We're going to see what happens now since the car is driving and things are moving around. I think tonight was a success. I mean, I filled it up with another quart of oil. A small bit of coolant that I thought would have filled it up to the top. I actually filled up the radiator as high as it could have gone. I guess I just don't know if the coolant is still at max level or not. I don't know how to bleed this system. I think that's going to be the end of the video today. I really did enjoy tearing into it for the first time and trying to figure out what's going on, although I was unsuccessful. But it's fun to dig into something that you don't know and just try to figure it out. And so that would be a task, getting to that water pump to get it out to actually change it. Like, I can see it just fine, but I don't know about changing it. Overall, it's a good night. I enjoyed it. It gave me something to do. And I mean, this mini truck is always just really, really fun to drive. I guess I just need to be able to keep an eye on things. I guess I just assumed that it was a perfect truck. It is a really neat truck, and it definitely isn't showing any signs of going down, but I definitely need to keep an eye on this engine. It's got 80,000 miles on it. And it's a 3-cylinder, so there's going to be some quirks, I think. And so I'll just keep an eye on the oil from here on in. And also, to the guy that commented, try not to look down as you shift. You're right, I am looking down when I shift. It's because I just don't want to mess up the gearbox with my left hand. I'm a righty. I'm used to shifting with my right hand, and well, I'm a bit paranoid about misshifting, even though the sequence is still the same. The gear sequence is still the same. It's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reverse. It's still like that, even in Japan. but I guess I just want to make sure that my left hand is doing the right things, because I've driven plenty of manual cars and I know how to shift without looking. I just like to make sure we're putting it in the right gear, especially on a truck that I plan to sell. I don't know, I guess I would want to keep it in running condition anyways if I was keeping it, but I think you understand. I'm just being cautious. Why would I want to money shift my mini truck with my left hand? Yeah, okay, so no hate, I get it. I'm looking down at the gearbox and I look like a nerd doing it. Alright, bye.
Get up, get on up.